Is this what I'm going to be doing 365 days out of the year? Feeling stuck, anxious, going to a job I hate is what I ask myself every single day. Back in 2020, I was on the verge of complete burnout. I was a paralegal who was also in school trying to get her bachelor's, and I was also picking up serving shifts over the weekends. I also kept looking on social media, other women living their best life, traveling, creating content, getting paid. For years, I told myself the 9 to 5 is the way to go because it's safe. I had a steady paycheck and I'm about to get my bachelor's. So hopefully one day I can climb the corporate ladder and earn that six-figure salary. Everybody around me was also saying the same. Graduate, get that job, work your way up to a decent salary, and get those benefits. That was the dream life, or what I like to call it, the only life we knew. No one dared to go down the social media freelance route. I personally didn't even know what that meant. Like the actual depth of it, the opportunity, the multiple ways one can earn from social media without being an influencer. So then December 2020 rolled in. I was about to graduate. However, I was unhappy, confused, and didn't really want to go down the path that I was, especially because I had goals. I had a vision where I wanted to travel. I wanted the freedom to pick my laptop and go anywhere and earn at the same time. I was craving financial freedom that didn't require me to be stuck at a desk 9 to 5. So one day I said, heck, what do I actually have to lose? A job that doesn't even fulfill me? So I did the thing that everyone's so afraid of, and no, I did not quit my job. I launched a business page on Instagram as a general virtual assistant for wedding photographers. If I'm being completely honest, I had no proper plan. I also picked this niche, this role, because that was the first role I came across. I didn't even know what my second move was going to be moving from here. How I was gonna get paid as a virtual assistant, what I needed to do to market my services and use social media to attract clients. And within just 2 weeks, I landed my first client for $32 an hour. She slid into my DMs asking about my services, how I can help her inside her business, because I was creating content about how I can help wedding photographers as their virtual assistant. And within just 3 months, I doubled, yes, doubled my corporate salary, and I was able to quit that paralegal job. Not only that, I was actually doing something I really enjoyed, and I felt like I had full control of my time. That was the real luxury that came with starting a freelance virtual assistant business. Yes, the money's great. It's amazing. But the time freedom, the luxury to do anything whenever, create your own schedule, no boss, no dress code, you can work from anywhere is the real luxury. Like, there is so much more than a 9 to 5. I know we love the steady, consistent paycheck, and that is literally the only thing that's stopping you right now because it also stopped me. But like I said, I didn't quit my job till I replaced my income. You can start working as a virtual assistant alongside your current job. 90% of the task a virtual assistant does is easily transferable. And since this role is completely flexible, it also means you can manage around your own schedule. This is very much possible for you. I know you're seeing wins on social media, and in this video, I'm going to tell you how to go freelance in 90 days. So first things first, what is a virtual assistant? A virtual assistant is a independent contractor who A, works for themselves, meaning they freelance task instead of working for a single company, which means B, they can offer a variety range of services and tasks based off of their own personal skill sets. For example, some of you may be super organized, a type A person. So you can help business owners with back-end tasks like inboxes, client communication, course module material, rewriting their Google documents, creating folders. All of this, every single business owners, including myself, need support. so you can help people in the back end. Or there's another side, which is social media assistant. So if you're someone who's super creative, you know how social media works, your dream was to work on social media, but instead of putting yourself out there, you can actually help people behind the scenes to manage their social media accounts. Now that we have that out of the way, let's dive into how you're going to start. I'm going to give you a full week by week breakdown. Week 1, learning the basics. Research the VA industry. I have tons of videos on exactly how to start understanding the VA role. Step 2, make a list of your transferable skills. Choose 2 to 3 services from that list to start with. Email, scheduling, social media. Moving on to week 2, setting up those business basics. Step 1, decide on a name. This is going to be your username for all your social media platforms. You could just simply use your first and last name for this. Step 2, creating a Gmail account, a separate one where you will be getting all your work, client communication, and inquiries will come to this account. Step 3, creating a simple portfolio for yourself. You can use Canva, which is completely free, and you can create a 5 to 6 slide portfolio that has a little introduction of who you are, what you will be offering, and skill sets that you have, your past experiences. Step 3, learn basic tools like Google Workspace, Zoom, Canva, Asana, Notion, if you don't already know any of these. A pro tip here, you can actually go to ChatGPT, ask it to give you the top 20 tools a virtual assistant needs to be familiar with, copy and paste that onto a Google Doc, and tick off things you already know. For the rest, you can go on YouTube, watch a quick video to help you understand the platform. It is that easy. Now moving on to week 3, building your online presence. This is where you're going to be spending a lot of your energy and time. Step 1, creating a professional profile for yourself. Social media is very visual. So what I did was I actually did a mini photo shoot, took a bunch of pictures, headshots, and full body pictures, and I used those on my social media in the very beginning. Step 2, setting up your Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok if you want to use TikTok as well, whatever social media platform, setting those up under the same business name you decided on. And step 3, choosing brand colors. Now, this isn't that important because you can change them around. Like I went from neutral browns to pastels to then black and white. It does not need to be perfect right now. Now moving on to week 4, prep your offers. Step 1, setting your rate. What I personally suggest in a lot of the virtual assistant start is creating hourly packages. Now, this can range anywhere from $20 to $40 per hour just in the very beginning, depending on what you choose, how much experience you have, and most importantly, how confident you feel. Now, there is another option. Instead of creating hourly packages, you can create service packages. Instead of saying $30 an hour, you can say 10 hours a week for $250 or 20 hours a week for $600 a month. Step 2 is going to be preparing an invoice and contract. A couple free options online. However, I personally do provide a done for you contract and invoice bundle, which you will be able to find below in the description. Another thing you're going to be doing inside this week is practicing on the platform all the tools that you made a list on week 2. For example, if you came up with time tracking tools or Notion, you're going to start using them. Practice tracking your time when you're doing the work for your own business. Same with Notion. Start creating planners, start creating a content calendar for yourself, for your own business. The best way to learn and be confident with these platforms is to use it for yourself inside your own business right now, before working on it with your clients. Now we're entering week 5, getting clients while working at your current 9 to 5. So week 5 is going to focus on applying. You can join freelancing platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, People Per Hour, or my personal favorite, Panoma. You will then write 3 proposal templates customizable for each job and start applying. Pro tip here is to send 5 proposals per day. Step 2 is going to be introducing yourself and joining more Facebook groups. Step 3, networking and building connections on LinkedIn and messaging at least 5 connects every single day. And following at least 10 new leads, 10 potential accounts you want to work with, and starting DM conversations with them. Week 6 is going to be getting on discovery calls. First thing you're going to do is to make sure you have a scheduler where people can book a call with you. You can use that to schedule a free 15 to 20-minute call for your clients. This is the best way to build that human-to-human connection with anybody that is replying back to your outreach, to your proposals, to your DMs about working with you. Another thing you want to do here is to practice your pitch, which normally includes who you are, who you help, what you do, how you can save them time, or whatever your end transformation is, and having a smooth onboarding process. So right after that discovery call, you will need all your templates ready, like contract, invoice, sending the link to receive the first invoice, and client portals on Notion, all the ways they can share their sensitive information like passwords to their accounts. You need to be prepared before getting on discovery calls with potential clients. If they say yes and you don't have anything ready, it is not a good first impression. Moving on to the next week, getting your first paid client. This is basically another week where you will be repeating the last 2 weeks, sending out proposals, doing outreach, and getting on discovery calls. If you can do this consistently for 2 weeks, I can guarantee you inside this week, you will be able to sign at least 1 to 2 clients. Most important part is to really figure out how many hours of client work you want to do and how many hours you will be working for these clients. Once you already start working with clients, you can actually use their testimonials, their feedback to promote your services through your content. This will help you decrease the numbers of proposals to send out daily, people to reach out in the DMs, because your content will start working for you. Once you get the hang of creating content, talking about your services, through daily content, people will start reaching out to you and you will save tons of time. All you will need is to get on discovery calls. This is where it all changed for me. I was able to save so much time to sign more clients because my content was selling for me. Once you've matched your monthly income, you have 2 options here. Continue enjoying 2 incomes, especially if your 9 to 5 is super chill and is not very demanding, or 2, make the decision to give in your 2 weeks and take your virtual assistant full time. That is what I did. However, I have students that love their 9 to 5, wish I did, and also love working as a virtual assistant. That is it. That is exactly how you're going to start and grow your business to eventually reach your end goal. It took me 90 days, and that is exactly all I did. I started with cold outreach, sending out proposals, getting on discovery calls, to eventually using social media, creating content to market my packages, market my business, and to start attracting more and more clients to me. I eventually stopped getting on discovery calls because I got that good at talking about my services, talking about exactly what I do, and people just knew if they needed to hire me or not. All of this comes with time. This is not an overnight success. Starting out as a freelance virtual assistant is a business, and just like any business, it takes time, consistency, and a good work ethic. And with that being said, today's video comes to an end. Like always, if you want to stay up to date with more videos, all things virtual assistant and freelancing, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in my next video.